I don't know if it's because Dave Pakman is desperate for even more clicks than he already gets, or because of psychopathy, or a combination of both. But in this video that he entitled Walz Chumps Trump on his size obsession, Dave Pakman himself fixates on crowd size, just like Trump is fixated on crowd size, just like Tim Walz and Kamala Harris seem to be fixated on crowd size. You know, crowd size has nothing to do with a man standing behind a podium on principle. If you stand on principle, you're not a politician. Politicians don't stand on principles. Politicians are propagandists, just like Dave Pakman or Brian Tyler Cohen or Midas Touch are leftist propagandists, just like Candace Owens or Ben Shapiro or Dave Rubin are rightist propagandists. But listen to this nonsense right here.
Tim Walz absolutely chumped Trump on the obsession with the size of Trump's crowd. We're increasingly realizing that Donald Trump is not well endowed when it comes to the size of his political crowds. And it seems as though the Harris-Walz campaign is bringing out near record crowds almost anywhere they go.
You know, Donald Trump does draw big crowds. I'm not a Donald Trump fan. You know that I'm not in the tank for Trump or Biden or Harris or Tim Walz or any of these psychopaths. These psychopathic bankster puppets, which is what Dave is pushing here. You have to move away from principle. And I know that people are like, Brian, you're so ideologically pure. You're not going to be able to move forward. We need politics. We need to stay with government. We need to vote team red. We need to vote team blue. Yeah, where's that gotten us? It's gotten us into how many wars in the last 50 years? It's gotten us into how much debt in the last 25 years? Maybe it's time to do something different. Maybe it's time to stop being insane, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. And maybe it's time that we take a look around and go, hey, you know what? We're on the plantation. We want to get off the plantation. The surest way not to get off the plantation is to continue to vote for the plantation masters that they continually put before us. It's not an election process. It's a selection process. And even if it was an election process, maybe, just maybe, the banksters are sitting back and going, you know what? I don't care who the people vote for, because every vote is a vote for us. And why is that? Because we own the value of the product of your time and labor. We own the value of your currency that you work so hard for. We're the ones that set the interest rates. We're the ones that increase or decrease inflation, and there's nothing you can do about it. And there's no elected representative that you can put in place that will lower the national debt, because we will continue with our government spending, with our psychopathic political parasitic puppets. Keep on going, Dave, though.
Tim Walz hilariously in Glendale, Arizona, hitting Trump on this, and he does it so well.
Hey. Yeah. Wow.
Tim Walz, you got to give this to this parasitic psychopath. Tim Walz is a good speaker. He is charismatic. He is engaging, and he's entertaining, and he's got a funny face. Got to give that to him. Hey, when the puppet acts appropriately, when the puppet gets a response from the crowd, hey, hats off to him. Not that what he's saying is good, because it's not. Not that what Trump is saying is good, but it's not. But you got to admit, MSLSD, Trump is good for your ratings. CNN, Trump's good for your ratings. Fox News, Trump's good for your ratings. That's what it's all about, is ratings and clicks and advertising dollars.
Well, you might have seen a few people showed up in Philadelphia the other night. And then 10,000 plus walked into a field in western Wisconsin. And then on Wednesday, the largest crowd of the campaign showed up in Detroit, Michigan.
And guess what? Truth is still the truth, even if no one believes it. Truth is still the truth, even if nobody shows up. And a lie is still a lie, even if everybody believes it. A lie is still a lie, and a parasitic, psychopathic political puppet is still a parasitic, psychopathic political puppet, even if everyone shows up. Crowd size is not indicative of the quality of the speaker.
But Arizona just couldn't leave it alone, could you? Wow.
He's animated.
You know, it's not as if anybody cares about crowd sizes or anything. So.
Look at Dave Pakman. Oh my gosh.
A master class.
Let's see. Look at his face.
Wow.
Look at Dave's face. He's all into this. He's mesmerized. He's enjoying it. He's all up in this political business. And this is why we call him, you know, he likes to call people on Team MAGA cultists. And in a sense, they truly are. They have their cult leader. They have their cult beliefs. And there's nothing you could say to them to break through and show them the reality of who Donald Trump is so that they can actually move away from him. Same thing with Harris and Walz and Biden. There's nothing you can say to a dyed-in-the-wool Democratic, especially a propagandist, to deter them from continuing to vote for their guy. And that is cult-like mentality, Dave. So as you call people cults, as you call people engaged in cult-like behavior, you're engaged in cult-like behavior yourself. Just admit it.
Really a masterclass in political mass communication. He is really, really good at this, hitting the repetition with this mind your own business stuff. And this continues to get really good reactions from the crowd.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. He is a good communicator. He's effective. He has the pauses. He has the pauses in between his sentences so that the audience can really let what he says sink in. He's funny. He drops the punchline at just the right time, and the crowd does respond positively.
Look, you and I, especially the gray hairs in the crowd, we know our relatives. Republicans used to be the people talking about freedom. Not this group. When they talk about freedom, it means that the government should be free to invade your exam room with your doctor.
And he wants the government to invade your household to take away your AK-47s, AR-15s, and high-capacity magazines, just like Kamala. So he's a hypocrite. Yeah, I agree. Government should not be invading the exam room, the boardroom, the bedroom, or your closet where you keep your guns. It's none of the government's business what kind of guns you have. It's not the government's business to have your guns register, because registration is the next step to confiscation, always in human history. This guy is an absolute hypocrite, and that somebody like Dave Pakman, who I don't think is stupid, doesn't call this out tells you everything you need to know about his character and those like him who propagate the same lies.
Look, in Minnesota, we respect our neighbors and the personal choices they make.
Except, oh, you chose not to get a VAXX? Oh, you chose not to wear a ritualistic shame muzzle? Oh, you chose to have a gun? Yeah, we don't respect those choices, but we respect these choices over here because they work to our political favor.
We maybe wouldn't make the same choices, but we respect them. And I know in Minnesota and in Arizona and places across...
That was BS in the COVID era. He wasn't, that wasn't him in the COVID era. Hey, you don't have a choice. For the sake of humanity, you need to wear your ritualistic shame muzzle. For the sake of humanity, you need to bow down to the big pharma industrial complex.
This country, you know what makes society work best? Is when you learn a golden rule. Mind your own damn business. Mind your own damn business. You don't need it.
I agree with that.
This messaging is working well because it's taking back the talking point of we the Republicans are the party of freedom. And then just one more.
Neither party, Dave, is the party of freedom. They are the party of you do what I say or else. Trump is red flag laws. Kamala's red flag laws. Trump is pro big pharma industrial complex. Kamala is pro big pharma industrial complex. Trump is pro Israel. Kamala is pro Israel. Trump is pro Federal Reserve, IRS, FBI, CIA. Kamala is the same way. Come on, get your head out of your derriere.
Nice little clip here. Here is Kamala Harris at the very same Arizona rally.
So Arizona, I ask, are you ready to make your voices heard? Do we believe in freedom? Do we believe in opportunity?
Do we believe in transgenerational debt slavery under the Federal Reserve, who's going to ratchet up inflation even more whether I win or Trump wins? Yeah.
Do we believe in the promise of America? And are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight, we win. God bless you and God bless the United States of America.
So that's the vibe and the atmosphere at the Harris-Walz rallies.
And it is high energy and it is positive energy for Kamala Harris. She is bringing down the House. Walz is bringing down the House. But to what end? It's to the same end that a Donald Trump brings down the House. And it's highly disingenuous for him to say, look at the crowd size, look at the vibrancy of this crowd, look at the high energy of this crowd, and not see the same thing in Trump's rallies. It's completely irrelevant. I don't care if the guy standing behind the podium couldn't get a rise out of anybody and nobody was cheering along. Is he right? Does he have policies that are going to actually foster freedom in America? Is he a banker puppet? Is he a regular politician like Trump is? Is he a regular politician like Kamala Harris is? It continues to amaze me that people like Dave Pakman and the Young Turks and Brian Tyler Cohen and Midas Touch and all the Democrats, MSLSD, and all these otherwise seemingly smart people are continuing to huddle around the Kool-Aid container and ladle that stuff out, just shoving it. Maybe they're just shotgunning it at this point.
I think you get it. After the break, we're going to get rejiggered here. After the break, I will show you what it's like when the crowd is silent because they either can't understand or can't believe the garbage that is coming out of your mouth. That's after the break. Stay
and
with
he's talking about the garbage that's coming out of Trump's mouth, but he will not talk to you about the garbage that continually comes out of Kamala Harris's mouth. You rarely will hear a word of criticism from this guy, from this leftist propagandist toward people on the left. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, grab a shirt, share this channel, share this video, like this video, comment underneath. It really helps with the algorithm. I really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. Remember, the price of freedom is now and will always be eternal vigilance. And indifference to this notion is the means by which the people have and will secure their own oppression. Let's stop securing our own oppression. Let's do something different. And let's start today. I'll see you in the next video.